Hello everyone, and welcome to my first game of the Wingspan World Cup. I am versing Mushroomcake, and I will be going first. Invite a player, Mushroomcake. Yes, I've got all the expansions turned on. I don't want to play as the same icon, so I'm going to go the rough and tumble goose, and here we go. So we are going first. I won't be checking chat much this game because I don't want to cheat and read anything that would not be considered fair. But let's see what we got. Tree Swallow, really good card. Red Belt Woodpecker is okay. What do we got in the tray? The Common Goldeneye goes well with the Tree Swallow. No Forest Birds. And just okay with these birds. So I think I do take the woodpecker just in case. I can always tuck it later. Do something like this. And I'm half considering this kite because if you can lay 3 eggs at a time, it is pretty powerful. There's also the turn, which is good for this end of round goal. For bonus cards, birds that eat grain. I'm not a big fan of that one. It's quite hard to do, so I think we just take Ethologist. Hey Liam, I'm playing in the World Cup, so I won't be checking chat a lot, so just be mindful of that. Yeah, let's go Ethologist. Won't be checking chat much as this is a tournament game. I might just pin that. And yeah, I'm not going to be keeping an eye on chat. So, yeah, I think this is an okay starting hand. I'm not a big fan of this woodpecker, but maybe I should have just played the swallow and taken the goldeneye and then played in the forest, or just drawn some cards. But I can always tuck it later. That's kind of what I like about this setup. So I think I just play Tree Swallow. Then I just draw cards a few times. I don't mind this Swift. It's not bad. If I've got excess cards. The white-throated Swift, that is. The common Swift doesn't make any sense this game. And yeah, we need to think about how we're going to win these end-around goals. And I'll just make sure. Yep, we are looking good. So yeah, this first end-around goal, I think I'm just going to possibly forfeit because unless I get a cup nest, I just can't compete on that. Mama! Yes, welcome. So, oh man. Alright, 2 birds and 4 food. Makes sense. Alright, so we're going to start off by playing our swallow in the wetlands, and we're going to see if we can get something better than this woodpecker.
Tree swallow. Tree swallows can form flocks numbering in the hundreds of thousands.
Wow. Yeah, I love the trigger in this game. And then, yeah, I need to make a decision whether I want to play this woodpecker or not. I'm leaning towards no. And then next, I think I'm going to draw cards and try and pick up this goldeneye, which is great for this third end of round goal as well. Yeah, the goldeneye is very good because it gets you some free eggs, and if I have 3 cavity nests, that's 3 free eggs. That gets me a lot of tempo. So our opponent's got the turtle dove down. That's a nice start. They've probably taken... Oh, they chose to draw a card. Nicely done. Honey Buzzard is not a terrible option. That's a bit better. Meadowlark. So this one's gain of food, maybe. This one's always gain of food. So I think I tuck this. Downy Woodpecker, I'm a fan of that card. I think I'll draw cards one more time. Or do I want to get the Sapsucker? Well, I don't actually have the food for the Sapsucker. Yeah, I think I draw cards one more time. Oh, Galar. That collared dove would actually be kind of nice too. And we got a white power for this end of round goal, so that was very good for us. I think I might take food and I might toss this woodpecker. I really like the bird. Maybe I just draw one more time. These are excellent cards. Kind of like the Meadowlark. It's white, and those are all going to be brown powers, so I think... Yeah, I think I just toss the woodpecker. Oh, that's interesting. And then I think what we're going to do, we're going to drop the finch. We're going to take food. We drop the finch because we have the food for it. So we have a nectar, which is like a wild food, and a grain. So this is the bird that we can kind of get down the most efficiently. Alright, small birds.
Including 2 in this game.
Don't have a lot of those. Cavity nests I have 3 of, so I might take nest box builder. And now I'm actually going to qualify for this end of round goal too. So I think we take food. At least once. We want to try and get some stuff for this Galar. Do I want to play a bird here? I could get down the Meadowlark, but that kind of slows me down with what I'm trying to do. I might just take a couple of grains here. My opponent doesn't have a ground nest. So maybe I do want to get down the Meadowlark. Yeah, I've changed my mind. This does slow me down a bit, but I do want to play this bird because it helps me not have to take the lay eggs action as often. And I do have a couple of ground nests in the pipeline. So I think we go Meadowlark.
Western Meadowlark. This pretty bird also has a beautiful flute-like song.
And then we're going to take this end around goal by laying eggs into our bowl nest, which is this end of round goal here. Eggs in cup or bowl nests, whatever you prefer. And then next order of business is get this Galar down. And that Meadowlark already got us an extra egg, and our opponent's So the ability this bird has is all players lay an egg on a ground nest, and I get to lay an egg on an additional ground nest, which I don't have another bird, so I can't actually lay 2 eggs with it, but it's nice because my opponent has 2 platforms and a cavity nest, and I have a ground nest. So I get 1 egg from this ability, and they get 0 eggs, which is great for me. Alright, so next order of business, Galar. That is not the feeder that we wanted to see. But we win the end of round goal, which is wonderful for us. Alright, if I could get that woodpecker, I would. And yeah, unsurprising, our opponent takes it. I'm not sure I want to get distracted trying to pick up these. I think I'm just going to take food. I know these are really good big point birds, but I've already got so much stuff that I need to get down, so going out of my way to pick them up is just not what I want to do right now. I want to get this Galar down, I want to get this sapsucker down. And then if I can, I want to get probably the chicken down, just because it synergizes well with the meadowlark. It's got a ground nest. Yeah, this was the disadvantage of playing the finch over the sapsucker. It doesn't generate extra resources, but and yeah, I don't think this is a game where I'm likely to play the mute swan, so yeah, I just need to have eyes on the prize and get this Galar down. My opponent's got the golden eye down. That'll generate them 2 eggs at the end of the round. Oh, they already got the golden eye down last round. Well done. So they've got a nice engine going on. Could take food one more time. They've played the Chiff Jaff. I'm not too scared of that. Yeah, I think I do take food here. Got a lot that I want to do, so... And then we can play the Galar without having to force. We could also play the sapsucker. But yeah, I do like just starting to get tucks off this bird. Maybe it's the sapsucker. Yeah, the sapsucker does help me get the chicken down, actually.
Yellow-bellied sapsucker. Sapsuckers drill rows of holes.
And then I could take food and I can toss this mute swan, which I do not want to play. I've got the swallow for tucking already, so... I think I'll take food, I'll grab that fish, and then I get to reset the feeder, and if I see a couple of nectar there, I will snatch them up and get this chicken down. Or maybe even... yeah. I can just play the stork as well. If I take food... let's go fish, cycle the feeder, grab the nectar. Do I need to toss a card here? I don't think I do, and that's not a particularly appealing tray. Yes. I can get them both down and win this end of round, I think. Yeah, our opponent gets that down, that makes sense. So we got 2 eggs, and we got 2 birds we want to play. This is looking pretty good. I think we play the chicken, we use the nectar on the chicken, and we use 2 fish and a rat on the stalk.
Greater prairie chicken, one subspecies
Does
of
it
this bird
contain
went
different
extinct
powers
in
or birds
1932,
with a
and the
food cost of
Texas fawn
3?
is
Well, I've already got
endangered.
3 of those, so I'm going to take that bonus card. And I've already got 4 points on Ethologist. If I can get like a teal or something into one of these habitats, or a pink, that would be excellent. And yeah, I would like this night heron, and the white-faced heron is also a good bird, but it's a bit late in the game to get that down, and I don't want to go out of my way to draw that when I've already got a big point play here. So my opponent takes it, and yeah, we're going to do this.
Wood stork. The wood stork was removed from the U.S. endangered species
Birds in my
list
hand at the end of the game. That one's
2014.
very hard to hit. That one's also hard to hit, but I mean, if I played my Mute Swan, it actually hits 2 bonus cards at that point, so maybe it's worth it. My opponent takes food. Ooh, this is a nice tray for us. Alright, those birds are all not what I'm after. Don't want to toss this galah, so I think I want to go nectar, nectar. Yep, I'll gain a worm. And then I'm probably going to lay eggs. And then I'm going to get this galah down, and then we're cooking. So my opponent got a ground nest, they do. Dang it. What's their egg access like? Better than mine, so I think I'm okay to be dishing out eggs here. I could also toss this worm for an egg, because I've got this column which says you can toss a card or a food for an egg. I think I will do that. Just saves me laying eggs too many times, which I don't want to do. And then we're going to go galah, food, mute swan, cards probably. Because the swan gets me 3 extra points with this bonus card. It gets me closer to this one. Or maybe it's not worth it because it doesn't hit Nest Box Builder. What's that fairy wren do? That lays eggs on small birds. I don't have a lot of small birds, so let's use this.
Gala. A noisy idiot might be called a gala after these gregarious, playful birds.
I'm winning this end of round goal, which is nice. Oh, that's not the reroll that my opponent was looking for. So I can either draw cards here, which I might do. All players gain a cherry. Well, thank you. Yeah, I might draw cards here. Nah, I want to get the swan down. Get a couple of tucks there. That's nice. Yeah, the fact that the swan hits 2 bonus cards just makes it worth it. It maxes that out. It gets me 3 points here. And I'm only one cavity nest away from maxing this out, so we might be able to find a cavity nest. we don't have a lot of platform nests, so this end around goal at the end is going to be quite difficult. My opponent's only got 2 spots for platforms, so what would be really good here is a star nest, actually. But it's too late in the game to be playing 1-point birds.
Mute swan. The mute swan earned its name because it is less vocal than other species.
And do we want to throw an egg for a card here? I think we do, because an extra card, I can get an extra tuck off it if I wanted to. And we're probably going to need to lay eggs 1 more time this game. And we can turn that card back into an egg if we do lay eggs. So our opponent's dominating nectar in the forest, it's 5-4, and they got 2 nectar down here, so we want to try and do something about that if we can, because we're getting whooped in nectar. So yeah, I think taking the extra card probably does make sense. If I get all bad cards, I just tuck them all, and then I see what I get at the end with the tree swallow. So ideally what we want is a platform nest that we can get down. That's bad, that's bad. Let's discard an egg. That's bad. That has a cavity nest, but it's not a bird I'm particularly wanting to play at the moment. That's actually pretty good. But it might be a bit late in the game. And it hits nest box. Yeah, no, that's not what I want to be doing. Okay. Well, when I run this, it's 2 points. It's a 4-point engine, which is pretty weak, but I just don't have anything better at the moment. And this is a cavity nest, which would help me take the nectar back in the forest, which could be good. So we'll see. Yeah, I'm pretty scared of my opponent. They've got a lot more big point birds than I do, and they have 4 bonus cards. I mean, this is 4 points, so this would be, what, an 8-point minus 2x. That would be a 6-point play. What I really want is a star nest. So I can go hunting for a star nest. Or... yeah, what would also be good is like a yellow power that I could get down in the grasslands for an extra... bit of oomph. My opponent has rerolled the feeder, makes sense. And then they're probably going to take food. So we win that end of round again, that's good. Oh, that Kia is the kind of bird that I'm after. It's the wrong nest type, but man, that would be very nice. Scissortail's also a big point bird. I think our goal here is probably to take food. Do we toss the Rosella? Possibly. I think I can find something better? And am I going to take food again? And so we could toss it for... This feeder's not really friendly. Toss it for a rat? Does that make any sense? We'll take the tux. Oh, yikes. And I could take that kinglet. Try and play it with the Rosella. My opponent probably takes food here. The kinglet just doesn't get me any extra points though, it just spends eggs, so is that even useful? I don't think so. Get a cherry. It's nice. So I think we use the cherry to reset the feeder. We don't get anything we're interested in. That's at least 5 points, and it's easy to get down. That's very easy to get down for 5 points. Yeah, there's just no birds that are worth playing. So I can tuck all these. Yeah, I don't really want to play the Merganser. That one's super easy to get down, but I mean, if I play it, it's 3 points and it spends eggs, which is bad, and I can just run my engine and get 4 points, so it doesn't make any sense. Discard a grain to get 2 eggs on this bird. I think we might go digging one more time. See if we can get something a little bit better than this lark, and we might even toss a nectar. Mistletoe bird. Butcher bird. Well, that at least I can get down. Let's toss a nectar. Little penguin. That's not bad. That does hit my end of round goal, but I can't get it down because I don't have the right food for it. That's a shame. That would have hit that as well. Otherwise I can just take like the nuthatch. So my opponent's still only on 5 there. The nuthatch can get down easily. It would be worth 2, I lose 2 eggs, it would be worth 4 points. Don't think it's worth it. Man, if my opponent tosses me a cherry here, that would be pretty amazing. Let's see. It might actually just be the grey warbler on its own, because I don't have the food. And then I could toss the butcher bird. I mean, this is only 1 point, but it helps me with the send around goal. My opponent's got more platform space now, so they're probably going to lay eggs. Most eggs they can lay is 3. They don't have any great ways to get points here. I think they're just going to lay eggs twice. And how much capacity have they got? 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 capacity. They played the Kia. So they're going to get to 5 eggs, which I can't compete with. So my options are... Yeah, so I can't win the send around goal if I play a bird, is what this comes down to. And I can't win the send around goal if I don't play a bird. So it comes down to this is worth... I think it's just a butcher bird. Yeah, I think it's just butcher bird and then eggs. Does that help me tie up the nectar race? It does. I can't win any nectar races.
Gray butcher bird. If prey is too large to eat whole,
And then we just need to lay eggs.
Will store it and tear it into pieces.
Our opponent does have a star nest, which we need to factor in for the send around goal, but they're laying eggs anyway, so we can't win this. So this is looking bad. They have lots of big point birds. They have 5 cards in hand. 5 bonus cards, I should say. We make the hunt. That's very good. So we have okay bonus cards. We have a lot fewer points on our birds. We do have some nice tucks down here, which they never quite got a tucking engine going. So the tree swallow with 9 tucks is a huge deal. So this could be really close, chat. I'm going to come back to the chat because there's no more decisions to make. So let's see how we go. Our opponent doesn't have any powers that they can activate at the end of the game. So they win the end around goal. We couldn't compete on that one because we had no way to get the eggs down. And we got smashed on nectar, which is a shame. We tied that one. We lose this one. So between nectar and end of round goals, it's pretty even. So it's going to come down to bird points, bonus cards, eggs, tucks, and caches. And I think it's going to be close. So we did better on bonus cards. We did better on end of rounds, but remember we lost the nectar badly. Here's where we did well. Yes! We won by 2 points! Oh my goodness, good game to our opponent. Yeah. Honey Buzzard gave 0 worms on all 4 turns. Oh jeez, that's awful. GG, well played, mate. Really fun one. RNG. Alright, I'm just gonna clip a screenshot of this. Oh, I'm happy. Yeah, our opponent just said they got 0 worms off their honey buzzard, which basically resets the feeder and has a very good chance to generate food at the start of every round. So that is just very, very, very bad RNG. First versus Mushroomcakes. 103, 101. So I've submitted the screenshot. I need to qualify for ELO, and we won, chat. Thank you, Mama. Thank you so much. You're a gem. Yeah, that was very unlucky from our opponent. I think if they had had better luck on their buzzard, they would have won that one. And let's just see if we can have a look at their bonus cards. So Grassland's Data Analyst got them 0 points. That's not ideal. Food Web Expert 2 from the Swift. Yeah, that's not great. Large birds. Oh, they were one bird short of maxing that out. Birds with the tuck power actually was their best card. That's kind of funny. And Omni only got 2. So that's... Yeah, their bonus cards were not kind to them either. That's... Yeah, that was just some very, very unlucky RNG. Your bonus cards weren't kind either. Yeah, I actually got really nice bonus cards. Starting with Pathologist, that's just 4 points from doing stuff that you're going to do throughout the game anyway. Nest Box Builder, I didn't end up qualifying for that one. And I got that early on, and I actually had 3 ground nests early on, but I just couldn't find the right bird to fit in with that. Diet Specialist, this is always a good card. I ended up playing 5 of those, so that's kind of funny. And yeah, Wetlands Data Analyst, that's why I kept the Swan. Yeah, getting a 0 from the Kia was pretty sad. Yeah, my opponent's just talking in Discord, and they're totally right. They had some very, very bad luck, because if they had got some more worms from the Buzzard when it rerolls the feeder, then they could have either fed the worms to the Swift for some points, or they could have fed it to the Kia for some better bonus cards. So yeah, the expected value per reroll is about 1.67 worms. So you should have gotten, what's that? 6.7 worms. 0 would be like 2 standard deviations at least. So we won that one, chat. Just having a chat to my opponent in the all chat. And yeah, that's very, very unlucky. If that Buzzard had have given them even 3 worms, which is way below expected value, then they would have got 3 tucks on the Swift and they would have won the game. So yeah, it was really... I like what they did a lot. They played the Turtle Dove round 1. And usually you want to use this for an egg, because eggs are hard to get early on. But instead they used it for a card and took the Goldeneye, which is what I wanted. Yeah, you just didn't get the cards to work with your bonus cards, I think. Yeah, so that's true what my opponent's saying. They had almost no useful brown powers. Yeah, they couldn't win the first end around because I had no cup nests. The second end around, I ended up getting 2 down at the end, so that was good. And the third end around, yeah, you can't chase that end around goal. You need to already be set up for it, which I was and they weren't. So yeah, anyway, I'm going to call my stream there, friends. Thank you so much for watching. Thank you, Mama. Thank you, Liam. Thank you to our opponent, Mushroomcakes. It was a really fun game. And I might be around a bit later for game 2. Kelly, sorry, I didn't see you. But thank you for watching, Kelly. See you on the island too, my friend. Love you too. You be lurking, indeed. I wonder if this command's set up. Hey! Have a lovely day to you all. I might play another one this evening. I'll see how I go. Alright, you take care now, friends. Bye-bye.